been a couple of weeks since I have been on YouTube. I've really been struggling with my ring light a little bit. It's not my most favorite ring light that I've ever had in my life, but that's okay. Actually, it's one of the only ones I've ever had. And every time I do a live video, I feel like I just can't get the setting right on the lighting. And it's hard because like with a regular video, I can play around with the lighting and then edit it out. But for a live video, it's like so different. So I always do this like every single time, but whatever. So I wanted to do a weekend get ready with me. This is something I have tried to be consistent with, but it's kind of difficult. So I try to do it when I can, like these weekend get ready with me, where I just like talk about life, and my room's usually a mess because my room gets really messy during the week because, oh my gosh, that's so annoying. My room gets really messy during the week because I'm usually pretty busy and I'm not home a whole lot, so that is why my background is not usually very good. But anyways, so I have been away from YouTube, which I don't want to, like, when people are like, where I've been and I'm back and all these crazy announcements. I mean, I do have people who have been like, hey, what's up? Are you good? And like, I just want to kind of say what I've been up to. And, you know, I haven't been vlogging or anything, so I don't expect anyone to know what I've been up to. Nothing bad's happened or anything. I just took a little break, you know. I was a little burnout and didn't know if I wasn't wanting to quit or anything. I just was like, I don't know if I feel like uploading, and I don't know what to upload and all that. So I was like, oh, OMG. Almost got foundation on my new boots. Anyways, speaking of foundation, I'm going to use my BB cream, and I'm just going to put a little bit on each finger and then just like rub it on. I don't want to do anything crazy. I'm just going to be hanging out today. I also wanted to talk about dating in 2021, and I feel like every year it gets more and more like there's so many things that I just can't tolerate. And I find like I actually, you know, it's funny because I learn a lot about myself through dating and what I want and who I am, and like I figure out like what I can tolerate, what I can't tolerate, and every year I learn things that I cannot tolerate. And one of those things is a lack of communication, where, and this isn't just dating, this is like relationships in general, like friendships, family members. When a person that I message does not text back about, especially when in regards to like making plans, I could just scream, you know? And like, I understand I'm saying all this, you know, take this with a grain of salt, because I'm not unreasonable. Like, I know things come up and things happen and life happens, and like, unfortunately, even sometimes tragedy happens, and I never want to like assume that someone is just being like just not answering me because they don't feel like it or whatever, or purposely ignoring me. But at the same time, I have also been through things that have come up and just been like, I need to answer this person because they're waiting on me and they don't know what my situation is. So I want to communicate with that with them, especially in regards to like making plans and stuff. So I just have learned that like I cannot deal with that. Like, if I'm gonna date a guy, I need him to like communicate with me and, you know, just be on board with that. If a guy doesn't text me back, I can't do it. It's not anything against him or me. It's just, I just can't do that. So anyway, I have been dating a little bit. There have been a few different people that I have talked to recently, and gone out with, and I have met a couple of really decent guys recently. I haven't really talked much about dating on my channel since Christmas, but I have gone on a few dates and stuff, and I've met some really nice guys, so it's been nice. But at the same time, I still like need communication, and it's not even just like these guys. I'm not talking about any of them specifically, just like I did have a situation where I did not get a reply about hanging out. And when people do that, that's like, I don't know. Like, I want to be able to make other plans with other people if you aren't able to hang out with me. And so when somebody like doesn't text me back, like, I don't want to be rude to the other people who are like, hey, do you want to do this or that, or whatever the case is. Like, I can't do it. Anyway, for concealer, I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way, and this is in the shade Swan. I love this concealer. I think that the Too Faced Born This Way is like the best concealer ever. That's just my personal opinion. I haven't tried too many concealers, but of all the ones I've tried, this one's always been my favorite. And then I just use like this tapered brush from BS Mall to blend it. What else should I update you guys on? So I've been dating around a little bit, getting to know people. I feel like I've met some really good guys, and yeah, you could basically just call me the Bachelorette. I'm just kidding, but dating in 2021 is just, it's not easy, you know? Like, I don't know. I just really want to find a partner, so it's like I take it pretty serious, but also at the same time, you really can't take dating seriously because people feel like they don't owe you anything, and people are like a bit flaky sometimes. And so, you know, they'll just like stop talking to you without really any explanation, and like, that's fine. So, but for me, I'm so old fashioned. Like, if I'm not interested in somebody and I've gone out with them and talked to them a few times or whatever, I'll tell them like, hey, you know, like, I just don't really see it. Like, you're great, whatever, but I just don't want to lead you on, you know. And that's not a hard thing to do. You don't have to tell them all the things that are wrong with them or anything, but I don't know. Communication is very important, and that's not something that I've seen a lot of in my dating life in the last year. So, that's really important to me, is like communicating with me and like talking to me and being like, you don't have to like crush somebody if you don't like them, but you can at least be like, hey, you know, that's safe for me, you know, whatever. Anyway, so as far as life updates, I have had a few changes. My boss at my job is retiring, so there's going to be some changes in the office, which is crazy to think about because my boss is like just always been there, and it's going to be really strange without her. And the changes are going to be different. You know, anytime there's change in the work environment, it's always just like, and they're all going to be good changes, but it's always an adjustment, you know, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so different from like how things were previously. And things change so quickly in the work environment, I feel like, you know, if somebody retires or quits, like, that opens up different positions for people to take. So I don't know that my position is going to change quickly, but I think at some point there may be a little bit of change for me, like in what I do. If you don't know, I work in the criminal justice system. I'm not a cop, but I do a lot of like paperwork and stuff, and you know, sentencing cases and like taking traffic ticket money and stuff like that. So I kind of like work more on the court end side of things, and it's really interesting. I really like my job. It's a lot of fun. I get to meet a lot of different people, and so many different walks of life and stuff, and it's just really interesting, and it's like a chance to serve the community as well. Like, that's like my favorite thing about it is if my coworkers see this, they're probably gonna laugh at me because I sound super nerdy, but it is. It's like a chance to like help people and stuff, and that's where I thrive, is like helping people, whether it's people, you know, the public, or just like my coworkers or whatever. I just love helping people. And I had somebody ask me recently, they're like, do you like helping people? And he meant it in the best way possible, so it might sound offensive, but he was like, do you like helping people because you want to be that person that, how did he say it? That you want to be that person that's like, they helped me change or something like that. And I'm like, no, like, I don't want to be that person. The reason I love helping people is because it gives me an opportunity to put myself second, you know, and it makes it not about me. And the way he asked me, he was basically asking, do you do it for yourself, or do you truly do it for others? And like, I truly do it for others, you know, and I want to help people, because it honestly, like, it's a lot of fun to help people, I think, like, to get them on track. I've had people help me, and I know how big of a difference that's made, and I know how simple it can be. Like, just like the simplest thing, you know, can really change something for a person, and I've had people do that for me. And so like, as a Christian, I'm called to help others and to serve others, and like, that's what I love doing. And the reason we're supposed to do it is, first of all, to glorify God, and to put ourselves second. And yeah, that's my big thing right now, is just like making myself be second priority, or third, or fourth, or last, whatever, how many different priorities there are. I want to be at the bottom, you know. I mean, I still want to take care of myself, obviously, but speaking of self-care, I recently, okay, so I used to do intermittent fasting, and then I kind of stopped doing that because oh, I forgot to tell you, I used my butter bronzer, like, on my forehead and cheeks and nose by Physicians Formula, and this is the shade Endless Summer. I really like this stuff. It's a really nice bronzer, and it blends really well too. But as far as personal health, I used to do intermittent fasting, and I did that for like probably about 6 months, and then I kind of took a break from it, and I saw, like, I remembered all the reasons why I started doing intermittent fasting. Like, when I first started doing it, I didn't really know why, or like what the benefits of it were. And then I started to see like changes in my body for the better. Like, I wasn't bloated anymore. My stomach wasn't upset like it normally would have been. I lost weight, and I didn't feel like I had as much inflammation in my body. Like, right now, like, one thing I've really been dealing with, and another reason I haven't really been able to upload as much, is because I have been experiencing severe pain in my limbs, which is not anything new. But I had coronavirus in January, at the very end of January, and like the first week and a half of February. And I, ever since then, feel like I've just had so much more pain in my body. Now I'm going to use my Morphe palette, the shade 35V. And I'm just going to use like this creamy color to set my eyelid for my eyeshadow. What was I saying? That's the thing about live videos, like, and I don't have anybody here to say, remind me what I was talking about. Anyways, oh yeah, I remember. Okay, so I experience like chronic pain, and so I'm visiting doctors and stuff right now. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. I haven't really talked about that on the channel too much, because I just don't want to bring anybody down, but it is something that's going on, and it has affected my uploads a little bit, but I'm feeling a little better, so I think I'm going to be able to get back into uploading regularly, hopefully. So when I stopped doing intermittent fasting, I think that there was also there was a pattern with that as well, because once I started doing intermittent fasting again, I still have had, like, I call it flare-ups, because like sometimes I'll be totally fine, and then like for like 2 weeks at a time I'll have like really bad pain where it's like almost debilitating. But I started doing intermittent fasting again like a week ago, and I've seen a decrease slowly in the pain levels that I have. And also I'm on a very strong vitamin D supplement. It's actually prescribed because my vitamin D is very low, so that also could be helping me. So I have a few more tests that the doctors want to run on me. One is an MRI. I am so scared for an MRI. I like dread it. Like, hi Haley, oh, I love you so much, that's my best friend. Yeah, so Haley, actually this is interesting. I don't think I've told Haley this. We've talked about like my pain levels and stuff, because she's a physical therapy major, and they want to do an MRI on me. I don't know if you caught that part when you got on, but they want to do an MRI, so that's next Friday, a week from today. And the thing that kind of really sucks about that, besides the fact that I might be slightly claustrophobic, is that it's on a day that I took off work for vacation. And I didn't realize it till after I scheduled it. But I guess it's good because like I won't have to miss any more work. Like I already was granted that time off. Just kind of stinks because it's like in the middle of my vacation week, because I'm taking off Thursday through Monday. So it's on Friday and it's in the middle of the day. I think it's at like 1:45, which is fine. And I don't want to reschedule it because I'm afraid they won't be able to get me back in until like June or something crazy. But then also at the same time, I'm like, maybe I should see if they can reschedule it because they have like the bigger tubes that they can stick you in for an MRI for people who are like claustrophobic or whatever, or maybe like a little bit heavier and need a little more space. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh when I said that, but I have a nervous laugh. It's not me making fun of anybody. Please do not misunderstand that. But yeah, and it's for that purpose, so that a person, whether they're claustrophobic or maybe just like a little bit heavier, they can, not feel so enclosed and feel like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like I've never had an MRI. I don't really know what to expect or anything. So I'm nervous. And then they also want to do a test on me for nerve damage. It's called an EMG. So basically they just stick you with a bunch of needles and see if you have nerve damage. To my understanding, that's kind of what it is. If not, somebody can correct me in the comments, but that is scheduled for April 15th. So I honestly think that if there's something wrong, it's nothing serious. Like I said, I haven't really talked about this on the channel much, but it is something that is affecting my channel at this point. So I feel like I just kind of want to share. Like nothing's really, like I'm not really sick or anything like that, but yeah, I'm definitely uncomfortable, to put it that way. I am very uncomfortable and it's not fun and it's not a way to live. So I'm hoping that I can get some sort of answer. Like I said, I don't think it's anything serious, but at the same time, I don't think it's a way to live. I don't think it's normal, so we'll see what happens. So if I'm a little absent, that's probably a big part of it. Also, another thing too, like honestly, when I'm dating somebody, or going on dates, I should say, because I'm not dating anybody, but I have kind of been going out with somebody, and whenever I'm talking to somebody, I feel like it is like at the beginning stages, it's a little bit distracting to what I love doing. So like when I used to dance, I would get a little bit distracted, but also then I would like be like, okay, I need to get back on track. And instead of letting the relationship give me anxiety, because I get like really bad relationship anxiety, if that's even a thing, where I just get like so afraid that I'm gonna get my heart broken or whatever. And it's like I'll sit there and think about it and I have an anxious moment, and then if I get my mind off of it, which at the time was Irish dancing, I would go to dance class and feel infinitely better when I would leave. And even like a couple of times I experienced some heartbreak, and dance was very instrumental in helping me move forward and like not like helping me not feel so depressed and down and hopeless, because like I feel like a breakup can do that to a person. And then also my faith, of course, I would pray a lot and read my Bible and make sure I was like in church and stuff and getting positivity fed into me, and then I could like easily exude that. Anyway, so if I am in a relationship or starting out with talking to somebody or whatever, it is a little distracting because I'm sitting there like thinking about that person and what they're doing, or like texting them or talking to them on the phone, when normally I would be like doing something YouTube related. But now I'm like, okay, you know what? If this person is meant to be, then they'll support me in my YouTube, and I'm not going to give it up or let it distract me. But like in the beginning stages, sometimes I get like distracted for whatever reason, whether it's like a little bit of relationship anxiety, or if it's like just being really excited to talk to this person and like go out with them. I don't know, I feel like that's pretty normal. Although I have had my heart broken many times, and a lot of that heartbreak was, I want to say, self-induced, because I knew I wasn't supposed to be with that person and I knew they weren't right for me, but like I stayed with them anyway and dated them anyway. So then when it would end, it would just like crush me because I guess I always hoped it would change. Maybe I'm just too romantic for my own good, but you know, that's how I would handle it, would be like just kind of in denial about it and wanting it to be different. But like obviously things just don't change in relationships when it's toxic, unfortunately. Like a toxic relationship is not ever going to be not toxic. It's always going to be negative, and it's always going to be like, and when I say toxic, it doesn't necessarily mean that that person's abusive or that you're an abusive person. Toxic relationships can be because you two just aren't meant for one another and you won't break up with one another because you're afraid to be alone. Or you like hope it'll change or whatever. And that's where I feel like a toxic relationship can really be super harmful, is because, you know, you're both good people and you love one another and you care about one another, but it doesn't mean you're meant for one another either, you know, and that's the reality, the sad reality of dating. And it's something I've really had to like be okay with, and it's really hard. I'm still really not okay with that fact, but you gotta deal with it. It's not something that you can just overlook, because I mean, I guess you can overlook it, but you're gonna be miserable. And I've been in that situation where I've overlooked it and then I was miserable and wasn't living life and I wasn't happy. And you know, I guess I've really had to learn to be alone, because being alone is better than being lonely most of the time. I have to sharpen my eyeliner, and I'm going to make some noise because my eyeliner sharpener, oh, it's actually right here. Never mind. I thought it was buried. I thought I was going to have to dig through my makeup. Being alone, I don't know. I feel like both have their, like, they're both not fun, I guess I should say. There's not really anything positive about being lonely, but like being alone, at least if you're alone, you're not in a toxic relationship, which is better than being in a toxic relationship, because that's when you become lonely, in my opinion anyhow. So yeah. So it's Good Friday. I'm off today. Praise God. We're worshiping the Lord today. Today is the day Jesus went to the cross for us as Christians, as humanity, not even just Christians. It's amazing. It's, you know, probably Good Friday and Easter are two of my favorite days of the year. You know, I love also the weather. Like today it's kind of cold here in Ohio, but it's sunny, and Sunday is Easter and it's supposed to be nice outside. So I'm really looking forward to that. I got an Easter dress, so I'll be vlogging that and I'll show you guys everything. And my grandparents are coming over. We're supposed to have steak, which is so random. Like, I don't know. I feel like people don't generally eat steak on Easter. But you know, that's what we're doing. So, and I just had steak last night. I went out last night with somebody and we had steak and it was really nice. But, so I guess I'm just gonna get lots of red meat in this weekend, which is totally fine. I love red meat. And to be honest, this is really strange, but a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last weekend, I can't remember, my mom made shrimp tacos, which were so good, but for some reason, the smell of seafood has really affected me, and I just hate the smell of it. I didn't used to hate it. I don't know what happened. Like the last couple of months, anytime I'm around the smell of seafood, I just want to gag and I hate it and I don't know what it is. And I don't even know if I can eat seafood anymore, like at least for a while. Like I just can't do it. It's just not something I'm able to do. I don't know. Maybe I've eaten it too much because I used to like be obsessed with it and that's all I would eat. And now, like, I don't know how people who are, what is it called, pescatarians, I really have no idea how they do it. Like, how do you eat fish and seafood every day? How do you do it? I couldn't do it. I used to love seafood. I was like a big seafood person, and now I'm just like, it makes my stomach hurt to even think about it. I don't know why. It's very weird. Okay. My hair is clean. I just washed it, and I've been trying to like make my hair really curly and pretty lately, but it's I feel like it needs trimmed and it's really hard to take care of. And I don't know, my schedule has like not allowed me to have super curly hair because I have to like sit and scrunch it, and like it's naturally curly, but if I like work on it and put the right amount of product in it and scrunch it properly, then it ends up looking really good. But the problem is it gets in my face, and so I put it behind my ears, or like when I do my makeup, I have to pull it back or else I'm gonna get eyeliner in my hair or something, or foundation. So I don't know. Curly hair is a mind of its own. You just got to take the good days and get a good selfie when you got a good day, and when it's a bad day, just put it in a bun or wear a hat. That's just how I'm the point I'm at in my life. But I used to be so strict with doing my hair. I call that the OG Elizabeth, where I used to like, I know a lot of people compliment like, oh, you know, your makeup always looks good, or your hair, or your fashion or whatever, but literally there was never ever a hair out of place, or a hand without a bracelet, or a neck without a necklace. Like I never not had lipstick on. Like when I went out last night, I got out of the car and was sitting down and we were talking. I was like, I didn't even put my lipstick on. And my date was like, oh, me neither. I'm like, that's good. It would feel kind of strange if I went on a date with somebody who wore lipstick. That's just not really my style. I know everyone's different, but for me, I need your lips lipstick free if I'm gonna go on a date with you. But like I said, everybody's different, so I don't know. That's just not for me. But anyhow, I am about done here with this makeup situation, and my arms are hurting, so thank God I need to stretch them. Ugh, I don't know what the deal is, but they hurt all the time. It's so annoying. That's why they want to do an MRI, is for my my cervical spine. I can't believe I'm putting all this on the internet, but I don't really care. I just find like the nervous system and like joints and stuff like that, I find it really interesting. And I like to talk about it because if I was ever going to go into the medical field, I would probably do, like I would become a neurologist. I think that's so interesting, like how the brain works and how it can affect like your nervous system, can affect like pain, and it can affect like how you're able to move or not move, or it can like paralyze you. I don't know, I just find it so interesting. And it's amazing how complex the brain is. And so if I was smart enough and disciplined enough and not grossed out enough, I would totally do it. But I also feel like there'd be times where I'm like, ugh, that is so disgusting. Oh, you can't do that when you're a doctor. You can't be grossed out. You can't look at your patient and be like, ugh, that's gross. Like, I'm pretty sure that's frowned upon in the medical field. Putting my mascara on now. Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting to tell you guys what I use for products. For my eyebrows, this is such a game changer for me. I've been using the e.l.f. eyeliner. It's the No Budge retractable eyeliner in the shade Coffee. I use this for my eyebrows. I know that it's meant to be eyeliner, but it makes my eyebrows look so good. It stays on, and like if I use like a pencil, my eyebrows get really irritated, like the skin underneath of my eyebrows, which is gross to me. See, that's like an example of something that grosses me out. But my eyebrows will itch, which is so strange to me, but they do. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like it just helps a lot more than like pencil, and it stays on. For my eyeliner, my eyelids, my eyeliner, my actual eyeliner, I use the, it's It Cosmetics, and it is the No Tug Gel Eyeliner, the superhero No Tug Gel Eyeliner. And I like it, but I wish that I could like smudge it a little bit more to create like a ombre-ish look, or a faded eyeliner look, so that it's not my whole eye is not lined, you know. But I do like it. It stays on really well, and it applies really, really smoothly. This is in the shade, oh gosh, Espresso, I think. Yeah, Fantastic Espresso. So anything that has to do with coffee looks good on my eyes or eyebrows, apparently. Oh boy, okay. let's continue. And then for mascara, I always prime my lashes. Why can't I speak? I always prime my eyelashes with the L'Oreal Luminous Primer Base. So it's this stuff. Oh, you can't see it, but it's in like this white tube, and it's like a white mascara basically. And then you apply it just like you would mascara. And then I use my Maybelline Colossal Hydrofuge eyeliner. Oh my gosh, mascara in the shade Classic Black. It's in the yellow tube. I actually need some more. I feel like I'm getting a little low because it's kind of getting hard to put on. I've had this for a little while anyhow, so it's probably good to get rid of it at some point. Mom's unloading the dishwasher. I could hear her doing the silverware. So I think that's about it, like what's going on in my life. It's nice to be back on and to talk to you guys. I like doing live videos. It's fun to sit down and be like, hey, this is what I'm up to. This is what's going on today. I do have some stuff going on later today. Everything's pending. I'm not really sure what exactly I'm going to be doing, but whatever it is, I do plan to vlog it. So stay tuned for this week's weekend vlog at some point. I don't know when I'm going to be uploading an actual video. I have one video I'm working on, which I'm really excited to upload it. I think it's going to help a lot of people, and I'm going to be sharing a little bit of my story, my testimony, where the Lord has brought me. And I think it's really good for this time of year because we're talking a lot about, you know, like I said, today's Good Friday, and on Sunday is Easter, where the Lord has risen, and it's just really good, and God is good, and he's been good to me lately. And even though I've had things going on and certain things aren't easy, like dating and my pain and everything, like despite all of that, like God has been so good to me. And even through all of my mistakes and shortcomings, because I have made some serious mistakes in my life and not done things that are not holy, not godly, not what his plan is for me as well, what his word says to do. I've done the opposite of that. And despite all of that, he still loves me, and he still went to the cross for me. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing what God has done for us, you guys. And I really encourage you to look into that a little bit if you don't know too much about it. I would love to talk to you about it. So my Instagram, I don't think I have it linked here, but it's Elizabeth Davis XO. You can look me up and DM me. You can find me on Facebook. You can message me there, Elizabeth Davis. What is my profile picture on Facebook? I think I'm wearing a trench coat. Yeah, and a black hat. And then, yeah, just message me. We'll talk about God. I love to talk about God. He's my best friend, and he died for me. So, like, I am absolutely in love with him. Anyway, I'm going to do a little highlighter. I don't do highlighter very much anymore, but I feel like I want to be a little bit highlighted. So this is the Revolution highlighter in the shade Dare to Divulge. It's highlighter reloaded. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of got like a rose gold tint to it, which I like because that is it's not too bright, it's not too yellow. I like the little pink undertones that it has, and I think whoops, see there, I put a lot on, but it doesn't overpower my skin. Even when I put a lot on, it doesn't make me look like I'm sweating, because I have really oily skin. That's a big reason why I don't really wear highlighter much. I just have super oily skin, and you know, it eventually makes me look like I'm sweating a little bit. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I feel like one other thing I want to say is sometimes in 2021 dating, for me, it's been a little difficult to remember what I want. And I'm preaching to myself right now. It's a little difficult sometimes to remember what I want and who I am and what my worth is. And one thing that I'm going to be talking about in my testimony video, which is going to be a multiple part series, is remembering my worth and knowing my worth in Christ. And it's easy to lose sight of that in our society, to feel like you're not good enough, or like it's easy to feel like you're not, you know, gonna find the right person. Hey, what's up, girl? How's it going, Julia? Thanks for joining. It's easy to like forget like who you are, especially in dating, because a lot of us, especially for me anyway, I don't want to be lonely. And, but like I said before, it's easier to be alone than it is to be lonely, because to be with the wrong person is lonely AF, as frick. Get your mind out of the gutter, kids. AF doesn't always have to be the F word. Just saying. I am too blunt. I am too blunt to do live videos. That's what editing is for. I am too blunt. I need to get some lunch. I want a salad. Been eating a lot of salads lately. I can't get this earring in. What the heck? These earrings are from Target. These little hoopies. Oh, for frick's sake. There we go. I think I got it. There we go. I also need to go get my nails done. I tore off my other ones. They kept chipping and breaking, and I'm like, I need a new set because I'd had them for a while. And so I need to go get them done today. But I don't want to spend the money. It's so expensive to get a new set. But it's a good investment in the beauty world, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on. Why can't I can't put my own jewelry on. It's ridiculous. And then my hair always gets in the way. Yeah, I can't get that. Miranda Fry's necklaces are so hard to put on. I didn't mean to throw it so aggressively. But I cannot get my Miranda Fry necklace on to save my dang life. I can't. It's impossible. The clasp is so tiny. It's like so hard to get on. It's frustrating. Anna Louise says the same way. I can't get their necklaces on by myself. I have to have someone help me. Maybe it's just because of the quality necklace, but I'm like, come on, I need you to make the clasp just slightly bigger. When I have nails, it's even worse. Ooh, I need to eat. I'm starting to feel sick. The only thing about intermittent fasting is like sometimes my blood sugar drops. And I'm like, oh, I need to eat. All right, guys, well, got my lipstick on. I used my Kylie Jenner Exposed. This is one of my favorite lipsticks. And then I used my Kat Von D blush. This is the Everlasting blush in the shade Peony. I got this at Ulta. And then I think I might just do a quick little lip liner. I forgot about lip liner today. This is by NYX. I love NYX lip liner. It's my favorite. This is the NYX lip pencil in the shade Mauve. I love this one, even though I always forget the name of it in the shade. I love it though. Looks great. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a really fantastic Good Friday, good weekend. Happy Easter. I'll be uploading soon, I promise. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment, shoot me a DM. Let's blend this blush a little more. I need to wash my brushes. They make me not be able to blend very well. Anyways, yes, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. I'll be doing another one of these soon, another weekend. Get ready with me. It's really fun to do like little life updates and talk about my week and in the live version way. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Adios.